start over. I'm outside Mount Zion National Park and getting ready to hit the road today. Thought this was going to take me down there. Alright, my battery's almost dead and taking a lot of pictures and video, and I have about 1.5 miles uphill. I've been here in the area for about 2 weeks. Yeah, and it's been nice just to relax here. I've only been in this spot 7 days, so I'm tempted to stay, but it's getting cold at night. I had a couple nights in the 20s, and I did okay. If the days are still getting up to 50 or 60 degrees, and it dips down to even like 24 degrees at night, I'm not worrying about my pipes freezing. I don't think that's enough really to make everything freeze, you know, my 40-gallon tanks and things, and I haven't worried about it. My tank heaters really eat up my battery power, and I don't know that they're all working. The only light that goes on is the black tank, and I can see it drop like 0.2 amps as soon as I turn it on, and then it just keeps dropping. So it really drains my battery power. Those are probably meant more for shore power. If I'm not having consistent cold weather, unless it drops into the teens, I might worry if it drops into the teens, because if it drops into the teens, that means all the temperature surrounding that low teen is going to be below freezing. And then I would start worrying about it. But it has been in the 20s. And even if I'm not worried about my pipes freezing, it's getting cold and I'm running the furnace more. In fact, I've already gone through 3/4 of a tank of propane, which is about 7 gallons, in about 2.5 weeks. That's a lot of propane for me. And I'm going to move on to warmer temperatures. So I'm going to get packed up, and as you can see, I've been here a week, so I've really made myself comfortable. I couldn't put my awning out because it does get very windy here. Oh boy, one night the winds got up to, well, it said like, I kept looking online at the weather and it kept saying, oh, winds 19 miles an hour, and I'm laying in there going, yeah, like hell. And then later, I finally saw the wind gust forecast, and it was up to 40 miles an hour, which I believe. I was rocking and rolling pretty good. It actually woke me up the first night. It started in the middle of the night, and I looked out, and this whole area was just misty, foggy, sandy from all the sand out here blowing up. It's very sandy, very powdery dirt up out here. And yeah, the whole sky was just gray, brown with dirt, and I was like, uh-oh, here we go. I was worried. I did have my rug out. I was worried about losing my rug, but my big gravity chair actually held it. I mean, it got blown all over the place, but it held it so that it didn't get blown away. I did have to come out in the middle of the night and latch down a few other things. So I couldn't put the awning up, unfortunately. I've been really enjoying having my awning up, but this is the reality of the desert. You're very rarely really able to use the awning because you never know, especially overnight. You never know when wind is gonna pick up and it'll just rip it off. So but I did get set up here, got my generator out because I have been running the generator because my battery, I've got 2 golf cart batteries now, and I did have to buy new batteries in Oregon, and they're doing really well even with the heat running. I keep the heat at like 48, 50, and I still wake up in the morning and I've got like 12.1, 12.2, 12.3 volts or amps, so I'm still doing pretty well on that. I had a couple nights in the 20s when it was really cold, and so I pulled out the generator to get my battery up, and it was cloudy. I think one night I did wake up and it was like 11.9, which is way too low. You shouldn't run your battery that low. So I got the generator out to get it powered up before I got full sun, because that one solar panel is really helpful when the sun is rising. All I have to do is come out and aim that, and I'm getting 0.2, 0.4, 0.8 amps before it hits the panels on my roof. So I really love having that flexible solar panel, the one that I can move around and really aim toward the sun. Same when the sun is setting. It's 2 hours maybe. I'm getting maybe 0.2, 0.3 amps on the roof. Solar panels, I aim that thing and it brings it up to sometimes 0.5, 0.8, sometimes 1. So maybe even more depending. All right, hitting the road. What was I going to say? I love this spot. I'm a little hesitant to leave. This is a constant dilemma with me. I've got great internet here. I can upload videos. I can watch videos. I've got excellent hiking. I've done so much hiking around here and very rarely have hiked the same trail twice, maybe just to get to another trail. and it's nice. The weather has been pretty decent other than the windstorms, which went away. That was just a couple of days. And I'm really close to everything. Hurricane is really close, and there's a dump station right down the hill. There's propane, there's groceries. So everything I need this is a really good place to boondock, actually. It's high desert, so I think it's 4,000 feet. So it is going to start getting cold, and I'm going to move on. And this is a lot longer than I meant it to be. Anyway, I did a little research. Hang on, let's do this. So I'm ready. I'm hitting the road today in search of a ghost town that I can camp at. The road sounds a little iffy. It said 4-wheel drive recommended. But I saw a review from somebody who was there in a truck, just a regular truck that wasn't 4-wheel drive. And so I'm going to go check that out. I'll go as far as I can go. And some hot springs that are actually an old abandoned hot spring resort. Yeah. And from what I've read and what I've seen, you can kind of break in. It's right up my alley. All right, I'm going to go check that out. But first, I'm going to stop in town. I need to dump my gray water and fill up my propane. My gray water, I took a shower last night, so I need to dump that and fill water up again, and get some propane and get some groceries. So, ready to hit the road? Let's go exploring. I'm really excited about what I'm going to find today. Camping in a ghost town. How awesome would that be, right? Miss my dog. The road all by my lonesome. All right, I'm all cleaned up and it's time to hit the road. While I was in there getting cleaned up, I was thinking I was just gonna dump my gray tank because my black tank is only probably about half full. But I decided to go ahead and fill it up with the water that I have left and a bunch of cleaning stuff. So I use the clear blue stuff, and I'll put links. And I also use someone, I think it was Sherry, who told me about a recipe to clean your tank that included water softener, Dawn, and the regular blue stuff. And I don't have any water softener, but I threw a little Dawn in there along with some tank cleaner my friend Linda gave me. So I just threw a whole bunch of stuff in there and filled it up to the top. And I'm leaving out on a very bumpy road, so it's gonna get really swished and agitated a lot. So I decided to go ahead and dump my black tank while I'm there. I might as well. The reason I wasn't gonna fill it is because they say it's not really good to dump it unless it's full, to really flush out any solids that might settle on the bottom. And so I don't like to empty it if it's not very full. But I went ahead and filled it up with what water I have left, and it's pretty full now. I did the same with my gray. Your gray tank can smell pretty bad too, so make sure you put a little of the detergent in there every once in a while too. And I went ahead and filled that up a lot more too, even though it's pretty full from my shower last night. And I had quite a bit more water left than I thought. Of course, my sensors are never right. All right, let's go. We're ready to hit the road and run some errands and then go have some fun. Honestly, this is the hardest part. Leaving without my buddy. The travel days are the hardest still. It's been just a little over 5 weeks. And I miss my co-pilot. And this is what I call being an active participant in life rather than a passive participant in life. How many people do you know have to go through this to go to the grocery store? It takes thinking and strategy and planning each step of the way. Real-time planning. Like on-the-spot planning. My favorite kind. There's some nice spots. Oh, look at that, along the gorge, but there were people out there. So I kept going further and further and further to try to get away from the people. And it worked. I was closer to the trailhead, but there wasn't a lot of traffic to that trailhead. I saw, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 cars a day. Not bad, right? And one was a work truck that coming in, working at the campsite down the road from me. So these must be really new, because they were just, one day I walked past that campsite and it was just a dirt, and then the next day I went by and there was a fire ring, and I'm like, that wasn't there before, was it? And then the next day I saw the work truck come and work on the site. So yeah, they were in the process of still building it. And I'm not sure how I came in now. I think, you know what, I think this road goes, I think actually I came in over there. Oh yeah, that's the main road. All right, I'm gonna go this way. I think I came in the other way, but it looked like this might have been the better road in. Could be totally wrong. Oh no, there it is. Sweet! Oh yeah. And I'm already at the main road, which is Sheep Ridge Road, which is washboard hell. And I'm gonna go out the opposite way I came in because it looks like it might be shorter. I came in via Hurricane, which is down there, and I'm gonna go out toward Virgin because it actually looks like the road is shorter that way. And that's where a whole bunch of the bigger rigs are camped, so I'm hoping the road might be better. It was really bad washboard coming in. I'm talking like less than 5 miles an hour all the way in. And they look like they're cruising pretty well. So I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna go toward Virgin. And hopefully Sheep Bridge Road will be shorter and not as bad in that direction. All right, wow, that wasn't bad at all. Of course, you know, when you're going in exploring, it feels like you went in a lot further than coming out, right? It always seems further going in than coming out. All right. Sweet. So we're on Sheep Bridge Road. A little bumpy, not bad at all. Yeah. This isn't mounted. All right, I'm gonna turn this off because it's too bouncy. I like my spot much better than out here. I'm glad I stopped when I did and didn't continue exploring. Oh yeah, it was getting pretty late. I was getting a little worried. Is that garbage? No way. What? Seriously? Oh my God, I get to get rid of my garbage. What a treat. I have a whole bag.
Yeah.
surprise. You know, this is a good spot for people who don't want to be completely alone. Come in, I mean, there's people scattered all about. So you can come out here and you can have privacy without feeling completely alone. And plus it overlooks a town, so this is a good way to, this is really almost like 5-star boondocking. No, you know what, it is 5-star boondocking. Well, it doesn't have water, like, you know, if you like lakes or whatever. But it's got great hiking, great internet, really close to town. Look at, I'm already on a decent road in this direction in Virgin. This was definitely the best way to come out. Hurricane and St. George. Hurricane is from here, I don't know, maybe a half out, no, maybe 20 minutes from here. And they have, it's a pretty big town, but St. George is probably about a half hour, 40 minutes from here, and they have everything, Costco, everything. So this is really good boondocking, and you're right outside of Zion National Park, so, yeah. You know, that's also a plus. You can go in, there's parking, I think you have to pay, I can't remember how much, but you have to pay. You can park in a big parking lot at the visitor center, and then you can take a shuttle into Mount Zion, and you can go hiking and enjoy all the things that Zion has to offer. This is beautiful. I'm coming back here. I love Utah. I love the red rocks. Yeah, and definitely come in from Sheep Bridge Road north. I think it's north. From Virgin instead of Hurricane. Alright, made it to Route 9. Exactly where I thought I'd end up. I had driven by here many times. This road was closed, actually. Sheep Bridge Road. Oh, hang on, let me get that shot.
One last ticket before it's gone. One last summer before it's fall. Tune your strings and play your cards. Little words hit me like a game of darts. And you're beating on my drum.
Now I'm on Utah State Route 9, heading down toward Hurricane. And before I hit Hurricane, though, is the dump station, so I'll do that first. And then I'll find propane. And there is a Natural Grocers in St. George. And so I'm going to stop there, and then I'm going to head north from St. George. I can't remember, toward a town called Rachel, I think. But anyway, up the Alien Highway up toward Area 51. It's going to be fun. Adventure day. Alright, Maverick. First stop, dump station. Do they have propane? Because actually, if they have propane, I'd rather buy it here since their dump station is free. Oh, unleaded gas is $2.98. Don't see propane. I think the gas will be cheaper in St. George, but because I'm right outside of Zion. But I think I'll go ahead and get gas here. But first, alrighty. Okay, an hour, and my poo-poo errands literally are done. My propane is full. I went to Tractor Supply and got my propane full, dumped my tanks, filled up my fresh water. Those are, you know, just kind of the not so fun errands. Now I get to go grocery shopping, which is always fun, and I love Natural Grocers. It's one of my favorite food stores in this part of the country. I like it better even than Whole Foods. And there is a Natural Grocers in St. George, so I'm gonna go there. I just found out though, I was inside Tractor Supply paying for my propane, and there has been a high school rodeo here, he said, for I think last weekend, this weekend, and next weekend, and now I'm kind of bummed I'm leaving. I want to go to the rodeo. But I guess I could stay. I don't know. That sounds like a crowd and stuff, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stick with my plan to go. They had a dish of doggy treats at the register inside, and I could barely hold it together long enough to cash out and leave. A lot of firsts, the first year, that's what's gonna be tough. And usually when we stop and get propane, I let him out. They say any humans inside, the dogs can stay, and I'm like, my dog's not staying inside in case my rig blows up, so Capone usually gets out and runs around and gets to sniff everything, and then I would have brought him a couple of the little treats. So I'm gonna hit the road, go grocery shopping, and go exploring. Navigate to Natural Grocers.
Sure, Natural Grocers.
Holy crap, I spent $242 at Natural Grocers. Yeah. A box of produce. It has been so long since I've been to a Natural Grocers, and what I love about them is they have everything. They have such a great selection, and their prices are super good. So I stocked up on everything. Like I'm going back to Alaska and I'm not gonna be able to get cheap, good food again. Yeah, I bought a lot of crap. I did. I bought some junk food. Love my chips, that's a staple. But I bought like cookies. What else did I buy? Oh, look it. I bought vegan cupcakes. I'm grieving. I'm eating whatever the heck I want. But I really did. I stocked up on everything. So, holy moly. Be right back. Gotta put my cart back. All right, so I think later I'm gonna show you how I deal with all this produce so that I can make it last a while I boondock. I think that sounds like a good idea, but all that shopping made me hungry, and there's a Thai place over there. I'll go through and see what needs to be put away right now. And I miss my dog. He's usually at the door sniffing to see what I brought and wanting to get out and pee on all the bushes. This is hard. All right, I'm gonna go eat some Thai food. Eating out is such a treat in this new lifestyle. I opted for some miso soup and garlic roasted tofu and rice. It looks delicious. Bon appetit. Salsa. One of my favorite hummuses, Hope Spicy Avocado Hummus. There's a funky little bug on me. And I bought lots of kombucha. So yeah, I mean, these are $2.60 a piece. One of my favorite vegan, vegan gluten-free breads, frozen. So I bought 2. I haven't had bread in a while. I really bought a lot. Coconut flour tortillas. I've never had these. I thought I'd try them. My favorite corn tortillas, and these are all frozen. These are things that are hard to find, although, you know, Although now that I'm down here, this stuff isn't so hard to find, and I kind of forgot that. I told the lady as I was checking out, I'm like, oh yeah, I can always come back. I don't have to stock up, like I'm never gonna be able to buy this again. I'm not far from Vegas, and I'll be going through Vegas twice in the next couple of weeks, so I could always get this stuff in Vegas too, but I don't know, maybe this comes from my childhood of not having enough to eat sometimes. I kind of hoard food. Do I hoard food? Not really. Look at my refrigerator. Oh, I didn't buy any tofu. I thought I had more than that. But yeah, this is my refrigerator after 10 days of boondocking. I'm just putting stuff away for now. Just the stuff that's that needs to be cold, and then I'll organize everything later, and maybe I'll even show you guys how I organize like my produce to keep it, to make it last. And I also usually, well, I'm trying to get in the habit of when it's this empty to wipe it out. And this is a good time for those of you who keep asking about defrosting a freezer. Do it when it's empty before you go grocery shopping. I don't know. But when I boondock, I fill it up and then I empty it out. So when I empty it out, it's a really good time to defrost it if I need to defrost it, and wipe it down. And I'm not the cleanest person in the world, so I don't always wipe it down. But with my brand new refrigerator, I do kind of want to keep it clean. So maybe when I get to camp later, I will. So I won't put too much away now. Organic salsa is a staple. I always have. I can cook with it. I can snack on it. All right. Actually, my freezer is pretty well stocked with stuff. Some stuff. Veggie burgers. Oh, almonds. All right. After a long day of packing up camp and running errands, I drove just a little bit outside of St. George and found a place to camp somewhere near Valley of the Fire State Park. And here are some of the gorgeous views of that area. And coming up soon is my trip to a really cool ghost town called Widowmaker, and also some hot springs. So be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell to make sure you receive notifications. And thanks for hanging with me today. I hope you enjoyed a little insight into the life of an RVer on errand day. And I'll see you next time. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. Mwah.
That's what you fear. So hold it up against your ear and very carefully listen to what it wants you to hear. Whoa, whoa.